Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. There is something that I don't understand with our country. Someone once said that we are the co-authors of our own misfortune. Why? Whenever we are presented with a golden opportunity to elect leaders, we elect thieves and we expect that the thieves will be in charge of the hard-earned cash in our public coffers. And when they misuse this money, when this money is stolen, then we start crying foul and lamenting. The second thing, Kenyans are as forgetful as a warthog. The politicians have mastered the art of lying to us, and they would do so blatantly, knowing very well that we are very much gullible. They will deceive us today, deceive us tomorrow. Why? Because we allow them, we give them that opportunity and the time to lie to us, and we don't question. Number three, the politicians will keep on promising heaven to us. They will promise one thing today, they don't implement it, and when they meet us tomorrow, they keep on promising, and we don't take that opportunity to ask them, hey, hold it on. Where are the promises that you promise? Why don't you implement them first before you promise further? The reason why these three are bothering me, the reason why I'm concerned about them, is because we are in very difficult situations. You know the tough conditions that we are living in economically. I know there are parents who are now spending sleepless nights after the results were released, and they have sons and daughters who have passed. And in the next few days, they will be receiving calling letters. And they're trying to add 1, 2, 3, they cannot. And they're wondering how they're going to pay school fees. In this very condition, there is only one hope, that people will vote out William Ruto come 2027. And they are banking on the alternative leadership of Azimio, because it's the largest coalition. But if the trend continues where we allow politicians to lie to us, we allow politicians to promise us, I mean, we are heading nowhere, and we will find ourselves in this very scenario, in the same situation over and over again. So, yesterday, the First Lady organized there's an organization of women called, I think, Joyful Women. This is an organization that the First Lady formed some years back, where she conducts some kind of empowerment, and I think she's doing a good job. So they were celebrating their 14th anniversary, I think, and the chief guest there was William Ruto. Of course, Governor of Nairobi was there to welcome them as the Governor of Nairobi, because the women came from different corners of Kenya, and of course I think beyond. And they were being hosted in Nairobi, and so Sakaja was given that opportunity to receive them, make them feel free.
Wamama oye! Wamama hai! Karibuni sana Nairobi. Na mjisikie nyumbani. Your Excellency the President Dr. William Ruto, Excellency First Lady mama wetu mpendwa Rachel Ruto, Mama Sara ambaye ni mama wa rais wetu ambaye yako hapa, wengi hawajui yuko hapa, Tumpigie makofi, tumshangilie Mama Sara. Excellency First Ladies from across the continent and our neighbors, all protocols observed. I just want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the city of Nairobi. Watu wetu mtakubali nichanganye kidogo na Kiingereza kwa sababu wageni wetu kutoka mataifa yale mengine wengine hawajui Kiswahili. Si ni sawa? Your Excellency, you have walked a journey. Your Excellency, Madam First Lady, that you started this 14 years ago shows how deliberate you are. That it is not just about politics, but you're deliberate, decisive, and you really mean it in terms of empowering our women. Asante sana kwa niaba ya wamama wa Nairobi pia ambao wako hapa. Allow me, leo hii nimeona kina Salome na waona na wajua na mko hapa wa Nairobi. Leo sijatembea bure. Nimekuja na Madam First Lady wa Nairobi, Beatrice, ambaye ako hapa, acha asalimie, asimame tu awawivie. Ndio huyo. Sikuangi hivi hivi. Pia mimi nimejipanga bwana. Alafu pia Nairobi tuko na champion ambaye amepigania wamama kwa miaka mingi sana. Madam Esther Passaris, women representative wa Nairobi. Kimbia, njoo usalimiane tu kwa sababu wewe ndio host. Just quickly, unajua yeye ndio host. Na mimi najua women reps wengi wako hapa kutoka nchi nzima, ni vizuri pia watambuliwe. Na ningeomba Esther atawatambua tu, atawataja majina. Atawataja tu majina ama atawasimamisha tu.
Your Excellency, the President of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, the First Lady, Mama Rachel Ruto, our Deputy President's wife, Mama Dorcas, Prime Secretary of the Cabinet, Musalia Mudavadi, and your beautiful wife Tessie, all the First Ladies that are visiting this county. I'm the Member of Parliament for Nairobi and I welcome you. We saw some of you yesterday and it was lovely to have you here. As the Member of Parliament for Nairobi County, I want to say welcome, enjoy the county. Mama Rachel Ruto, we celebrate you. I was here when Joyful Women celebrated 10 years, 14 years. You actually showed the way on how to make Chama successful. Wamama hoye! Wamama hoye! Nawakaribisha sana Nairobi. Mufurahi kuwa hapa na sisi na muendelee kupanga maisha yenu kwa kuweka akiba kidogo kidogo kila saa. Rais akisema tufanye savings, anajua vile anasema. Kwa sababu bila savings hatuwezi kuwa na mkopo. Na washukuru sana, na shukuru gavana wangu kwa kila saa kunitambua.
And people noticed that Passaris was also there and they were questioning, but I think this is an organization that is non-political, maybe theoretically, but it is used for political purposes. And William Samoei Ruto took that opportunity to heap promises again.
Tumekubaliana vile vile kama serikali ya kwamba wale wanaofanya kazi sokoni wengi ni kina mama. Umesikia vile gavana wa Nairobi amesema. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Sasa tumekubaliana ya kwamba, na nimeweka pesa tayari, karibu shilingi bilioni 30 ya kujenga soko 400 mpya Kenya. Kwa sababu tulikubaliana na kina mama, tunataka biashara ya kila mtu ifanyike mahali kuna heshima, mahali kuna maji, mahali kuna stima, mahali kuna usafi na mahali kuna dignity. Hizo masoko 400 tayari tumeyatangaza, na tungependa hiyo biashara iendelee. Mahali kuna stima unaweza kuendelea na biashara yako mpaka saa 3, saa 4, saa 5.
The reason why people are really concerned about this promise, it is still not lost on us. When William Ruto during the campaigns met the women and signed the women charter, and he promised a very wonderful NHIF that will help our mothers and our wives and our daughters. And in that category, there was this part that has been, questioned, where William Ruto was saying that he will give diapers to our ladies for the first 3 months when they live and they have babies.
Now to matters health. Welcome, Your Excellency.
I, William Samoei Ruto, on behalf of Kenya Kwanza Alliance, do hereby commit to establish the Hustler Health Care Program. By December 2022, every Kenyan, including every Kenyan woman, shall be insured or shall have health insurance at affordable premiums, and where they cannot afford, the government of Kenya will pay for the women who cannot pay. Secondly, I commit to ensure that adequate numbers of community health volunteers and establish a cost-sharing framework between national and county governments in the payment of their stipends. I commit to provide mothers of newborn babies with diapers for their children for a minimum of 3 months, paid for by the government of Kenya.
We cannot allow all these promises and sweep them under the carpet because time flies away. Because when we do this, we risk giving the politician another opportunity to lie to us. How I wish that someone would have taken that opportunity and questioned why we are told that money imetengwa, wanataka kujenga soko, and yet there are other things that were promised and they have not been implemented. Hakuna kitu kibaya kama mtu ambaye anakuchukulia kama mjinga. Yeah, there's nothing as bad as someone who feels that you're an imbecile, you cannot discern, fake promises and fallacies. That's the worst thing that one can ever do to you. When someone looks at you, he knows very well that he can wake you up in the morning, he will lie to you and you will not question. He can wake you up at night, he will lie to you and you will not question. And Kenyans, we need to be very careful. I've got friends who used to tell me just how much they voted for William Ruto because Ruto told them they were men of God and they were given their victory from God. Today, they come back to me and they're telling me, you were right, because we have been duped. Some of wise Kenyans scrutinized the Kenya Kwanza team with their promises, and they knew some of those promises were untenable. People like Fred Okengo Matiang'i warned Kenyans that be very careful with some of this Kenya Kwanza team, because they are telling you all these lies so that you can vote for them. And once you have voted, it will be very difficult, because right now, William Ruto is in office taking salaries and all the privileges as a president, the security, secretariat and everything. There's nothing you can do. The deputy president, truthful man, is doing the same. There's nothing you can do. And they know very well that they lied. My worry is this. You see, come 2027, I can assure you, and you can take this to the bank, that the money that is being stolen now is kept somewhere. Come 2027, this money will be given to you, and you will see some of the very leaders that you trust, even in the opposition, will be crossing over and joining the government. You will see Kenyans, wanapiga foleni pale, lining up to be given 50 shillings, 100, 500, knowing very well that once they have given us this money, we will vote them into office and they will raise the taxes again to recover their money. They will steal from us. The second thing that will happen is that today William Ruto will raise the taxes, impose VAT on very basic commodities, and this will continue for a period of 4 years. Then come 2026, they will lower all the prices of everything. They will even remove taxes for a period of 1 year. They can sacrifice that, and for that period they will act good. They will even apologize for raising the taxes. They will even go to church and cry, and they will even go there and on pulpits, and they will be saying, kama tumewakosea kama viongozi, tunaomba mtusamehe. They will be crying there, and they will initiate the clergy, the M-Pesa bishops, and the same circle will continue. Then we will vote them in with the low taxes or zero taxes at all, and going to churches and promising us, once they shall have been voted in for another period of 5 years, we will be crying and gnashing. It will be all cry and gnashing of teeth. And so when I watched the wonderful women of Kenya listening to these promises, I was perturbed, because if there is something that disturbs me, is how people are going to survive for this period of 5 years. And it seems like we are not learning at all. Someone says that the first mistake is not a mistake. Repeating it is a mistake, the biggest one. But it seems that we continue improving on mistakes. If you present Raila Amolo Odinga to the Mount Kenya fraternity today, they will tell you Raila is bad. But they are still telling Raila, tutete, mambo ni mabaya. Why? Because they've been told Raila is bad, and they have allowed themselves to be lied to. If we cannot stand up to be counted, if we cannot resist the temptation to allow the politicians to tell us everything that they want, any moment they want it, we will be a doomed nation. And that is why I'm so much concerned whenever we give people whom we have known. Right now, you cannot pretend that you do not know our politicians. You know their credentials. Maybe you can be forgiven for saying that at first we did not know these people because we had just encountered them for the first time, and they lied to us. They were even quoting wrong Bible, versions without blinking. Bible scriptures that don't even exist. You can claim that you didn't know, but right now it has been proved beyond reasonable doubt that we are dealing with the cunning leadership, yet we still allow them to stand before us and promise, to stand before us and lie to us, to stand before us, and even accuse the previous regime. Today, we have, for example, the oil scandal that is taking the country by storm. In fact, State House is shaken. People like Samson Cherargei are coming out to reveal that Murkomen, one of the very close allies of President William Ruto, is rotten to the core, is corrupt, and is saying, I have got evidence that he received $100 as bribery from the Chinese government to deny hustlers those manual jobs that they can do. But when Kimani Ichung'wah rises up after Raila has revealed some of the deep secrets that are involved in this saga, then he tells us that we are paying loans that were left behind by Uhuru Kenyatta. And you wonder how that is connected to the scandal that is bedeviling the country, and we clap for them. Like when you see the women there, they are clapping when the promises are being given. Just the same way they were clapping 15 months ago when they were being told to tawapatia diapers. There isn't even one woman who has come out and asked those questions, except 2 days ago, Muthoni Mushomba was questioning where are the diapers. And some of the people, the social media TikTokers, are exposing these lies. But our ladies, our mothers, our daughters, our spouses have, become so much gullible, and they still present this to us. If you go to William Ruto today and ask him what strategy he will use to win 2027, he will tell you, just wait for the right time. The other day, when the UDA politicians confronted him with the fact that they are not popular, whenever they go to the ground, Vindu Vichenjanga, they've realized that things have changed. And they were crying out to William Ruto that this finance bill 2023, the way we have imposed taxes on VAT and fuel, the high cost of living, is really becoming hell for us. And William Ruto casually told them that you don't need to be popular all the times. You only need to be popular at the right time. Why? The right time is during the campaigns. You dish out money, you give fake promises, and because you are dealing with the gullible subject, they will always listen to you. And this is why I'm really concerned that we allow politicians to lie to us, and we clap and we give them standing ovation. Did you realize that when William Ruto was sworn in, he went to the African Union front and he was talking about the dollar, and people were giving him standing ovation, and they were clapping and they were wondering, wow, this is the new kid on the block. We found a president who will be at the front line to liberate us from the shackles of the Western machination, only to realize that this is the darling of the West. He refused to attend the Russian African summit, and people started realizing he receives delegations from the US, and King Charles chooses to visit him as the first Commonwealth country. And it forced Malema, who used to praise him, to wonder whether he's serious about being a Pan-Africanist. The only people who are still left giving him standing ovation is the European Union, like it happened. So, ladies and gentlemen, does it concern you that we are suffering, we are crying, yet we can still be told, give us time? You give someone time who, for the period that you are giving him time, he raises taxes, there are stories of corruption and stealing from the public coffers, and you were told, give us some time. How do you give someone time when they keep on giving indications that they are not serious about the hustlers, stealing and corruption and taxes? How do you give someone time when you know that they are listening to the West? The IMF and the World Bank gives money, and it comes with conditions. Retrench your staff, remove all the subsidies, impose taxes. This is the team that you're telling us we give time. You give a team time, yet the chief economic advisor, David D, says there's a lot of wastage in the country. You tell us to give them time, yet within that period they are stealing from the people who are they are dealing with in the markets, and they are running away, like Museveni is running away. Congo, Burundi, Rwanda, Sudan want to run away because of the unscrupulous kind of businesses that are taking place. Why? For how long must we suffer? For how long must we be chained mentally so that we allow Mr. Politician to lie to us as we clap and we give standing ovation? Are we thinking? Ladies and gentlemen, let us be very careful. That is my take.